One West, y'all. I'm Shy XL, man. And let me tell you something. We different over here. We big steppers. Let's go.
Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Yo, what you say? No, we don't play you out your mind. Watch what you say, that type of shit could get you lined. And if you search, then let me tell you what you'll find. The city is mine. Just a mud who became the pick of the litter. Now my name ring bells when you talk heavy hitters. Nice nigga, but don't make me transform like Thriller. Sam Cooke a nigga beat like I was born by the river. Go get her, you piss her, you get off of the shitter. Can't put you in the spotlight, you niggas are with her. Keep an eye open round for any nigga that slither. Cause it ain't no sunshine here like Bill Withers, whoa. Fuck you know about this life I live. How you gon' talk to me like I ain't lose no rib? Like I ain't lose no crib, ain't lose no kid. Ain't sleep in my car and I ain't lose no gig. Shit, I never gave an order that I ain't did. And I ain't never take a fucking thing that I wouldn't give. Always kept it a bill, homie, I ain't fib. And if I had to go sit, then I just do my bid. Yo, my whole team full of steel beams we can't fold. Your whole circle full of some squares you can't roll. That's why we always take it to levels you can't go. Talk shit, but you can see me with these hands though. If looks to kill like Cyclops, these niggas wanna see me in Pine Box. Know that on my watch, got a better chance to rewind clocks when you quit nigga when time stops, bitch. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa.
His flow is award-winning. Torment him, bomb to death, I'm bored with him. Trash him, throw him away with the has-beens. Ice cold with the flow, I'm Alaskan. You was in the fucking jungle in the past tense. I be with the lions, they my friends, Carol Baskins. And like her, they'll never find a body. Tiger stripe tracksuit, feeling like Joe Exotic. Shit, I don't know what it is, but I know I got it. Feeling like Alonzo, surgical with the shotty. All you see is skull and bones, Illuminati. Probably, I be the illest nigga to do it. I just talk shit on the beat and they call it music. I just come provide you with heat, remain the coolest. You ain't never been in the street with all the shooters. I was sipping yak with rioters and looters. Gotta keep my boots laced, shoot straight. Run up on you with the deuce 8 in a screw face. It's bad out here, my style effortless. 2 hands hugging a Ruger, so affectionate. Lot of suckers don't want war, I'm respecting it. Biggest stepper, snatch your plate, the hood starving. Cause they got beard shoot trades like James Harden. Straight from NY to Philly, we still mobbing.
Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. 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 Whoa.
Hold on 1 second, man. Let's take it down to Texas real quick, man. One West, we universal. Let's talk to him.
When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned, cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin. When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned, cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin. In this nation, my skin is my sin, a menace to society. Laws made because they fear the greatness inside of it. Crackhead on the corner can sing like Ryan Osley, and we run from the cops like track meets the irony. Cause every nigga in the Olympics straight out the hood, and we get where we come from when it's all good. $1 million slave with survival remorse, that's textbook. Looks divide and conquer, inspire others to work harder for minimum wage. To shine like you won't send a page. Welcome to the rat race. Now you will spend your look down on those can keep your pace. These young bulls is Lazarus, the man in the mirror looking you in the face. You reap what you sow, the fruit will grow. triangle, pass baton like the Rock and give and go. You either build or destroy, make your choice, bro. When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned, a cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin. When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned, a cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin. All these atrocities in my isosceles cause animosity when hope is a limited commodity. Rats in the race of opportunity with success rates. It's a low probability. I mean, they build a prison before we even leave elementary. And Christianity got our people retarded spiritually. I mean, seriously. You're gonna be in heaven with those that committed genocide on your ancestry. I'd rather be in hell where at least you know your enemy. Make it make sense to me. But you got native in your blood and celebrate Thanksgiving. Work you like a Hebrew slave and won't entertain a simple possibility. The Jew is you. Simply, in reality, they call you anti-Semitic. The viscosity of a carbon copy, the shame, originality. The kingdom of heaven is within. We just saw the earth, the children of God. When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned, a cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin. When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned, a cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin.
You've been wicked to the Most High's children, man. You've been destructive to the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me tell you something, black man. You got to put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is going to bring judgment on this earth. The Lord wants black men to be able to be men again. The Lord wants to stop the white man from killing our babies in the abortion clinics. The Lord wants us to get off the drugs and then raise our families back up to be the men and women of the Lord, man. But there's something in the middle of us right now. What is that? That Christian church, man. Get with me, brothers. Joel, the 3rd chapter, 1st verse. Read it loud.
Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Yeah, go ahead.
Prepare war. Wait,
do what?
Prepare war.
You hear what the Lord said? Declare this among the Gentiles, man. Why? Because it don't look like they're going to war now. It look like they in control and in power of everything. But for the prophets of the Lord that know exactly what's going to happen in the earth, we know that it's time to prepare for war.
Ooh, 27 Club.
All right, gang, let's really nail it this time. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Florida Lee on my top, this a Saints hat. This the 3rd, can't be been in, he a J-Cat. Nigga tryna steal the sauce, yeah, I hate that. But I ain't make the rules, I can't change that. New bottle, new wine, yeah, I can't crack. Look, flag on the play, they grabbing face masks. Niggas always saving hoes, where your cape at? The only killer that you know without no face tag. Hell yeah, my bitch bad, Proverbs 31, yeah. This is not a drill, I be 30'd up, yeah. He about to crack the sky, you better hurry up. It's all bad when you see us hang that jersey up. It's mad brick, I got the blick with my cover on. He a fed, he a op, got his cover blown. Look, I'm really outside without no scully on. It's 1 West, bitch, I'm on with my brothers on. He got ranked, then he left, he broke another oath. I got the plate, we about to take another zone. They was sleeping on a team, now they comatose. Left his brother out to dry, I guess he wanna fold. Put the oil on his head, that's another soul. I try to tell him we a pro, don't do this shit at home. She unhappy, left her man, she a 304. He try to justify that shit, he broke the penal code. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Gotta watch these niggas, they be cointel. Lil' bro ain't never killed nobody, but I know he will. It's on me, yeah, where I go, yeah, that's the holy seal. My niggas itching when it's up, you better not touch a chair. Ooh, I'm with the extra, that's off the back. He ain't loyal to his brothers, how you follow that? She either working with her hands or she off her bag. Bro, bitches, yeah, they done that, give me a heart attack. You see the banner, but my head, I'm a part of that. These niggas cowards, pussies, we don't want no parts in that. They let our warrior out of prison, he ain't going back. And don't be speaking on the truth, cause we with all of that. Look, before they started dissing, they was fans first. You will never catch me digging in no man purse. Really put my brick in, that's why my hands hurt. And don't be speaking bullshit, that make my head hurt. Look, I done burn my fingers from the Michael Drake. For the brotherhood, I done threw my life away. I never see them, tell them come out from their hiding place. We can't do it, we told them we gon' find a way. They rather march 1,000 deep, we rather feed the people. They wouldn't put on all black, now he reading Hebrew. UPK the standard if you speak on Hebrew. Don't think they solid, get with them niggas just gon' leave you. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship.
Man, listen, I'm here talking to you about the Midwest Fire Weekend. That's going to be from July 31st to August the 3rd. Make sure you come out, your family and yourself. Support the Isupk. It's a lot going on in the world today, man. America turned its back on us a long time ago, but now you get to see what's happening. In the light of all of that, let's bring Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians together again with this Midwest Fire Weekend, man. This is the 8th one. Let's keep doing it until our king come back. Make sure that you support. Hit the GoFundMe. You'll see the information at the bottom of the screen. Hit isupk.com. Call the number for any questions. With that, shalom.
She's poor.
New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with no Israelite group, period. Since 1969, we've been teaching the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their true heritage and that they are the true Jews of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites of the Bible, despite the small hat wearing people, this curly sideburn yarmulke wearing, despite what they tell you, you know what I'm saying? We are the true Jews of the Bible, and you can find that out throughout the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You can find that it's scriptures breaking down curses that we know them not to have gone through. You know what I'm saying? Officer Kananya, Officer 500 Kananya, you know what I'm saying? Today's class is going to be about who Christ died for. And also, before I get into that, though, I want to bring out a few scriptures of for children, you know what I'm saying? For the children that's listening online or maybe present in your class or around you, I want to bring out a few scriptures, you know what I'm saying, just to show how they should be structured in growing up and how they should live according to the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Salakia, sir. Hey, is the mic good? Can you hear me back there? Test. Might have to turn it up a little bit, but if you can hear me a little bit, it should be too wild. Get ready for this Midwest Fire Weekend coming up July 31st. You know what I'm saying? Is it to the 4th or to the 5th? Anyways, plan for both of those days.
It start July 31st for sure. And then just plan to stay to the 5th. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get those days off of your slave, call early, make arrangements. You know what I'm saying? Try to take the time off. If you can't be there the whole weekend, at least be there 3 days of the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Who really works on Sunday, right? But yeah, get ready for that. Get your travel arrangements, get your hotels, call brothers, call sisters, see if they got any room, if you want to save some money. You know what I'm saying? And if you do have the means, bring some extra money. You know what I'm saying? Money, you can never have. Money is the one thing you could never have enough of, right? Especially being in the ISUPK, you know what I'm saying? Because we help families and we help out each other when we are in need. You know what I'm saying? That's why we encourage you, brother out there, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, to come on in here and get a display of real sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is going to try to sleep with your wife. We ain't like the Christian church. No one is going to try to steal your husband, sis. We is not the Christian church. No one is going to flirt with your wife on the low side. No one's going to flirt with your husband on the slick side. You know how they do in the Christian church. They are real crooked in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? We is not like that at all. Right? The verse I want to start off with today, though, is wait, if I can get in my phone. The verse I want to start off today with is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1. I have to go old school today, y'all. Use a real sword. You know what I'm saying? We got used to using my phone. Now I got to use a sword today. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1. Let's go to it. This is real. You know what I'm saying? Pay your tithe, Israel. Get ready, you know what I'm saying? It's about to be a big fire weekend, you know what I'm saying? We got more camps, more schools coming out than ever before. This is what I heard through the grapevine. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be real epic. Right? Real brotherhood. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1. Okay, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1. And the reason, you know, I'm bringing this out today is because not only personal reasons, you know what I'm saying, but this is also for the parents. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes parents want to go a little bit soft on the kids. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes parents, you know, oh, well, it's my child, it's my daughter, it's my son. Well, sometimes you got to show some tough love. You know what I'm saying? Tough love is still love. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nobody wants to see their kid, you know, suffer or go through any type of pain or anything tough. They want to make it as easy as possible. But then you got sometimes the child choose the hard path, and you just got to let them go down that hard path. You know, so there's nothing you can do but give them what they want. And if they want to go down that hard path, you show them the tough love. So when they grow up, they can't say, well, you didn't let me. I'll let you make all the decisions. You chose that hard path. You chose that hard path. I tried my best to steer you on the right path, get you in classes, do this and do that. But you continue to veer off because you wanted to be grown or you wanted to be more mature in action than what your mind is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, or I ain't gonna say sometimes, often parents know what's best for the child. You know what I'm saying? It's not the other way around. The child doesn't tell the parent what to do or where to go or how to be, you know what I'm saying, what they is. What ends up happening is the children might get influences from out here, maybe their buddies at school, maybe the internet, you know what I'm saying, teachers at school. You know, nowadays you got the LMNOP teachers who telling your children about how to be gay or how to be lesbian. You know what I'm saying? You have to protect their mind from that type of stuff. This is why I'm only bringing out 3 scriptures of this because I think it's very important for the children and parents today. So we at the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 1. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 1. Children, obey your parents. Say it again. Children, obey your parents in the Lord. What does that mean? Children, obey your parents in the Lord. That means it's just like, let me just give an example. You know, way back when we was ruling the earth, right? The Lord told us, children, obey your parents. We didn't obey the Lord, which is the Father. We didn't obey him. So what happened? He punished us, and he continued to punish us till this day, until we come out of the world, until we change our evil ways and start living righteous according to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. Well, that's how you have to live within your household. If you telling a child to do something or to not do something, and they continue to do it or not to do it, then what has to happen? Punishment has to happen. You know what I'm saying? And a harsh enough punishment to where they don't ever think of to do that again. That's what happened to us during slavery. We got punished so bad that we waking up today and coming into the Isupk. That's what has to happen. We have to wake up and realize, man, we have to change our lives and start listening and obeying the Father, the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We have to change our ways, wicked ways, because we don't want to be punished anymore. You know what I'm saying? We feel like we went through enough punishment. That's why coming into the Isupk is so important, because once we tell a child how to live within the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, then it's easier to identify them veering off to the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to identify the wrong crowd that they're hanging with. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to identify if they get into drugs or if they get into, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to identify that. Then we can talk to them and then and come up with a punishment that soothes that breaking of the rules that we laid forth for the children. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says, children, obey your Lord, obey your parents in the Lord. I mean, we're not telling the kids to go break the law out here. We're not telling the kids to go steal from the store. We're not telling the kids to go steal bikes and, you know what I'm saying, do that nonsense. We only telling the kids to not do things that they shouldn't do, or like be drug addicts. You have to listen to me when I say this is your punishment, and you have to carry out your punishment. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sneaking and doing nothing. You're punished. What is a punishment? And I say this all the time around my household. It's called punishment, not punishment. You don't get to do little extra things. Ain't no lighting of the punishment, or the child will never learn the lesson within the punishment. They're just gonna keep doing it, and then they're gonna be docile to the weak punishments you throw out there. And that's another reason why coming into the Isupk is so important, because we don't want the punishment of slavery anymore. We don't want the punishments of being hung from trees anymore. We don't want the punishment of our wives being shipped or us being sold to a plantation 6 states over, while our wives and our kids being sold to another plantation down south. We don't want that punishment. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have to obey the law, statutes, and commandments, just as a kid has to obey their parents. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if they don't, when has the thing ever been, and I hear this all the time too, when has it ever been appropriate for the kid or for person that's getting punished to say, oh, okay, that's enough punishment. When has it ever been that? The Lord decides when your punishment should be up. And we decide when the kids' punishment should be up for breaking the rules and regulations that we set forth around our house. You know what I'm saying? We come up with the punishments for that. But as soon as they become of age and they get out the house, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, with this next verse in Proverbs, I ain't even gonna spoil it, but let's just read, let's just keep it going on. You know what I'm saying? Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Verse 2, honor thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment with promise. Verse 3, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on earth. What does all of that mean? If you want to live long on earth, children, obey your parents, man. Obey your parents in the Lord. Like I said, we're not deliberately telling you to go break a law out here. We're not deliberately bringing you pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish, none of that, and telling you to eat this. We're not. The rules that we set forth is not telling you to break any of God's laws. You may have seen something that your friend may have the freedom to do, or whatever the case may be. That's because they're living lawless wherever they live at. But over in this house, we follow the law, statutes, and commandments of God, and you follow the statutes and rules that we set forth for you. If we ain't breaking the laws, the God's law, statutes, and commandments, then best believe you not breaking God's law, statutes, and commandments. Like I said, once you become of age, whenever you want to move out, then maybe you can go, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we trained you up well enough for you to live within the law, statutes, and commandments, and you may live long. But as soon as you get from under our protection, then this is up to you and the Most High. And I pray you be on the Most High's good side, because he can punish you in ways that we can't even imagine. We can't even fathom. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case. You might fall asleep one day, wake up in the hospital. You wondering why I'm in the hospital. Oh, that's because you had some type of disease growing within you that had you landing in the hospital somewhere.
That's right.
And I ain't putting that on y'all like that. I'm just saying the Lord works in mysterious ways, right? Let's keep going on this, because it's a little bit more. Verse 4, and it says, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath. What does that mean? What does that mean? If the children ain't doing wrong, if the children ain't, you know what I'm saying, if they being productive, if they not being lazy, because being lazy is a sin. It's called being slothful.
That's right.
You know, if they not being lazy, if they doing everything right, fathers, don't go up and just lay a punishment on the kid for no reason. Right? It says, why doesn't it say, and ye mothers, provoke not your children to wrath? It says that because the man in the household is the disciplinary. The man hands down the discipline to the mother. The mother tells the children what the disciplinary action is, and the children carry out the disciplinary action. That's it. When it says, Father, provoke not your children to wrath, don't just punish these children for nothing, right? Because we ain't being punished for nothing. We obviously being punished for something. So don't punish your children for no reason, and make sure the punishment is harsh enough for the crime, or else they're not going to learn the lesson, right? What else it says? Okay. But wait, let me start over. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 4. And Ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in nurture and admonition of the Lord. What does that word mean? Admonition. It does it say emotion? So I didn't pass many grades in school, so I Google. Huh?
What verses?
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4 at the end. Admonition. Admonish, M-O-N-I. N-O-N-I-T-I-O-N. Oh, okay. I get it now. Oh, I just got the definition of it. Okay. So it says, this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 4. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Now, the word admonition means an act or action of admonishing. And it got a side thing. It says authoritative counsel or warning. That means we all know what a warning is. We do that too often. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me just give a light example. When we tell a kid, you know what I'm saying, you better clean that room. And then we have to say it more another time. That's just like how the Bible says. The Bible gives warning after warning after warning. Soon as them warnings up, what has to happen? A punishment, because you didn't do what I said to do. You know what I'm saying? It says counsel or warning. We give the children many warnings before the punishment comes down. That's how the Lord did us. Gave us many warnings, many signs. You better follow my law, statutes, and commandments before this happened. Hey, ye children of Israel, follow these law, statutes, and commandments, or this is going to happen. We didn't do it, the punishment happened. So that's what the word admonish means. Admonish, emotion. It's admonishing, emotion. I'm just saying emotion for now, right? It says with counsel or warning. We warn the children all the time, just like the Bible warns us all the time. That's why it reiterates things often in the Bible. You will see ye children of Israel hear these words throughout the Bible. Why does it say that? Because this is giving us warning. If we don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, the punishment gonna happen. That's the same thing that we do to our children. Hey, little nigga, clean that room. One more time, you better clean that room. Then we come with the third time. Hey, I'm not gonna say it again. Clean that room or something gonna happen. And man, still ain't clean that room. Okay, it's time for the punishment now. Right? How many times we gotta warn you? Warned you 3 times. Let's drop that. But do y'all get my point though? Children, obey your parents, because if you don't obey your parents, it's only gonna end bad for you. And this is only gonna make the mother feel bad because they in tune with their emotions and all that. But men, we get it. Fathers, we get it. Man, you should have just did it and you wouldn't have went through that. We ain't finna baby you. We told you too many times. You should have just did it and you wouldn't have to go through this, right? That's why, man, being in this truth is so unique. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see no other group out there like this. You know what I'm saying? We are the original school. But let's drop that and let's get the book of, what did I have lined up next? Let's get the book of Proverbs. Yeah, Proverbs 22:6. Book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. see, y'all. Because this was gonna happen too as well if you don't raise them children right, raise them kids right with the fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Have them, raise them with the fear of the Lord, right? Raise them to think. Don't raise them to be 15-second, 20-second attention span, right? To where they looking in the book 1 second, then all of a sudden they think of something else, they wandering off into space. No, pay attention. You know what I'm saying? That's a lost art in today's world when it comes to kids. Pay attention. Look straight forward. When you in class, pay attention. Raise your hand, man. Ask questions. Read. Don't just sit there and be off in your own little world. No, you're gonna have to use this information so one way or another. Right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Let me see. Oh, yeah, definitely. This is one of my favorite scriptures, too. This is one of my favorite scriptures. Let me tell you why. Because in any and all things, you need training in. You need training in any and everything we do. Any and everything. Only certain things is natural, and certain amount of us don't need no training. We just good at it automatically. But the thing about this truth, the thing about the Bible, the thing about raising children and all of that kind of thing, you have to be trained. You know what I'm saying? Some parents got more patience than others. You think they just learned that, or you think they was trained in having patience? You think they went through something and they went through a lot of things, and most of them they had to have patience, or they would have crashed out. They would have been in jail somewhere if they didn't have the patience. A felon somewhere, just a low down, dirty human being if they didn't have the patience. The people you see in Isupk, we train in patience. You know how trained in patience you got to be to go out to camp every Saturday, go out to camp on Friday. You know the restraint. We have to train in restraint. Some of us was hotheads, and then we made a full 360 and turned our life around. You couldn't say one thing to us, and we wasn't on your heels. But we came into the Isupk and trained in patience, trained in controlling our emotions, right? Not to go off the Richter scale like that. Because how do you diffuse somebody that's hot like this, yelling like that in your face? He say, man, calm down. You're not about none of that life, right? You're not about to do anything. As long as you don't do anything, right? Some of us have to learn that the hard way, right? But that's a sidebar, right? The reason I came to Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6 is because if you don't train up a child, if you don't have your children in these classes, they're going to be influenced by outside influences. They're going to be influenced by people who don't like religion, even though we don't. And here, this is not a religion. We don't teach religion in here. You know what religion is? Christianity, baptism, Buddha. It's like it. That's a little joke. But that's religion. They put the religion on the Christianity, Baptist, you know what I'm saying, Catholic. They put religion on it. They got hymns and confession booths and secrets, right? That's the religion of it. God loves everybody. That's religion. Because when you dive deep into this Bible, you will realize, man, this ain't religion. This Bible's filled with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Not one prominent white person is in this Bible. Show me a white king or a white priest in this Bible. You're not going to find it. That's religion. A white person being a pastor. A woman being a pastor. That's religion. Oh, man, we getting heavy tonight. We going there tonight. I want y'all to share this too to your local pastors and tell them The ISUPK said, challenge it. Challenge it. And we can go at it within the scriptures, right? Because they be holier than thou. No, nigga. You teach religion, we teach the truth. It's a big difference, right? But it keep throwing me off because the reason I came to Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6 is because if you don't train your child up, they're going to think what we do is religion. They're going to think what we do here is a bunch of rules, and they don't like rules. That's why they disobeying you in your house. That's why they going off on you at your house. And you don't know what to do. Right? Because they ain't used to, they probably used to rules. They may have spent a time somewhere else where it's real relaxed. Ain't no rules where they just spent the most of their time at. So then they come back home and they under all these laws, statutes, and commandments that they don't want to follow. Sometimes you got to hit them with that tough love, right? But let me read this. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he shall go. Now, when it says he, it also means she. He or she should go. If you don't want no child out here acting wild, dressing like a mini whore, mini skirts, short, tight pants, who is that attracting? Who is those tight pants showing their belly? What else? Showing cleavage, weave. I'm talking about the ratchet kind. Now, some of the weave, you know what I'm saying, is okay. But I'm talking about the most ratchetest weave you've ever seen. These is what the children are wearing today. I swear, if you have you grown-ups out there, if y'all have a child, drive them to school one day and drive up there early. Just observe the children. You can tell just by how the children look what type of household that they're coming from. A single parent household or a two-parent household. You can tell just by looking at the way these high school children dress. They dress like they're already grown. I'm not making this up. You know why? Because their parents didn't train them up in the way that they shall go. They left them in a room somewhere watching YouTube and watching My Body, My Choice things and podcasts and all that type of nonsense that don't teach them nothing, but it teaches them to want what they see on the screen. It teaches them lust. It teaches them materialistic things. That's not food. That's junk food for the mind. Meaning corruption. Because what does junk food ultimately do? It doesn't help your body in no kind of way. If you come into the ISUPK, if you attend these classes, this is soul food for the mind, that was food for thought. Something that your brain can just eat up. Because it's gonna mess with your mind in some kind of way, and where now you raising your hand and asking questions. Well, what about this? And then we're gonna break it down. Well, turn your Bibles to this page and let's see what it say about what you just asked. But if you don't train a child up, they're not gonna have any questions. Why? Why aren't they gonna have any questions? Because Google already told them the answer. I remember back in the day, man, I used to ask moms for all the answers. So I used to be like, Mom, what does this word mean? Mom, what did they mean when they said this? I know she used to get tired of me. I used to be like, Mom, what does this mean? Mom, what that word mean up there? You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, kids not asking you what this mean and what that mean. Because Google already told them. YouTube already told them. They're not trained up in a way where they should go in righteousness. They're trained up in a way where Google told them everything they want to know and need to know. Google showed them images that you didn't approve of. You know what I approve of? Coming into the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. You know what I approve of? Getting censorship on these children's phones, because they can just about see whatever they ask, whatever they think they want to see. All they gotta do is just ask Google. Simple. And this is the toughest part. You know what I'm saying? The toughest part is, I mean, you do have many conversations. Like, when is it an appropriate age to get a kid a cell phone? When is it an appropriate age to get, you know what I'm saying, to release certain restrictions on a child? If you ask me personally, no child under 13 should have any type of smartphone. Any type. Especially if they getting dropped off and picked up from school. I already know where you at. I'm coming to pick you up. What you need that for? To Google something you don't supposed to be Googling? Censorship for a kid's cell phone is a must out there, man. Because the white man is so diabolical. He got it in your head to, man, you know it's dangerous out here. That child needs a cell phone. Once you get them that cell phone, they gone. They're going to be Googling all type of stuff. Like I said, man, coming up, everybody didn't have a cell phone. You used to have to ask your parents what certain stuff mean. Mom, what does this mean? What does this mean, big sis? What does this mean, big bro? And they'll tell you. You'll get the information from a credible person you can see. You can't see Google as a person. Google doesn't have no feelings, or Google don't have the feeling of protecting you or protecting your child from images they shouldn't see. This is why this verse is so important. Train up a child in the way he/she should go. Because if you're only training up him in the way he should go, your daughter's gonna go all off the Richter scale. Next thing you know, she talking to you all kind of ways. Right? You ain't gonna get that from most sons out there, especially if it's a man in the household. You're not gonna get that from most sons. Message to you women out there. A son is usually gonna bite his tongue from the disrespect, because he know it can get physical out here. Or he could be shown that tough love in being put out into the world earlier than he should go. Young daughters, they don't see that. They see the favoritism, they see the spoiledness, they see they just gonna forgive me, and they just gonna take my phone, and then that's gonna be it. No, it has to be some punishment that they're gonna remember. I remember when they did this. I don't want to do that no more. Because if not, then what's the point? If you're not training up a child, if you're not bringing them into class, it doesn't matter if they want to come to class or not. It's what you say. And I say bring them to class. With approval, of course, from the men above me, right? But I say bring them to class because they need to hear this. They need a setting where it's not a back and forth setting. They need a setting where it's just listening. You listen and that's it. I don't want to hear your opinions. I don't want to hear the back and forth. You raise your hand when you got a question and that's it. That's how you train up a child to respect authority. Right? Let's keep going though. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. I'm going to start over. Train up a child in the way he or she shall go. And when they are old, they will not depart from it. Meaning they're going to remember what they was taught as a child. And then they're going to remember what Google taught them if Google teaching them something, they're going to remember that. right? If you teach the kids something, they gonna remember. Oh, my mama taught me this. The Bible says this, but if they getting the answers from Google, what did mom teach me? What did pops teach me? If they getting all their questions answered by Google, what did mom teach me? What did pops teach me? That's why the Bible says train up a child, man. You're not gonna everything takes training in life, except for the things that you're naturally good at. But the things that you want to get good at, you were trained on it. So you want your children to live a righteous path or go down a righteous path, you have to train them up to go that way. If you just letting computers and people you ain't never seen as far as podcasters and what you call these, what's you call them people today? Streamers, teach them, then they're gonna learn from them willingly. They're not going to learn from you because it sounds like rules. You're not letting me express myself. You express yourself when you good and up out of this house. But when you in this house, you're going to live by my rules, and my rules are following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. And that's it. It's not no, oh, can I just do this? Can I just wear this? No. I don't care how you feel about it. Just know we ain't raising no punks in here. We ain't raising no whores in here. We ain't raising no hoochies in here. We ain't raising no gay men in here. Straight men, straight women. If you don't like it, you best wait until you good and out the house to express yourself. Because then you ain't going to be disobeying me. You're going to be disobeying the Lord. And being on the wrong side of the Lord, it's just going to have us disappointed. But it's going to have you going through some trials and tribulations and pain and suffering. Right? So like, it says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. What does that mean, man? So like, let's drop that, matter of fact. Some of y'all don't want to see y'all kid learn from tough love. We have to do it. Why wouldn't they have to learn through tough love? Let's drop that and let's get the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. Let's run through this real quick because we only got a short amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Class gonna be kind of short today because we have some young brothers in here getting the knowledge, and that's always good. It's always good to gain some young brothers in here because maybe they can tell their friends and they can tell their brothers and their people that they hang with. Man, I went into real nigga university today, and they said we was Israelites. So next thing you know, they Googling the Israelite on Google somewhere. Looking up Isupk Milwaukee somewhere. They gonna see me. They gonna see Officer Rapayala. They gonna see Officer AG. They gonna see Officer ZQ. They gonna see Officer Lacum Yala. They gonna see Captain Nabar Moth. They gonna be like, them niggas, they famous. Yeah, we famous. Not only us, we all around the world. That's unique. And we the original school. We can brag on that too. There's many other things that we can shut these people down with. But we don't do. We want y'all to join. We want y'all to shake off them fake Israelite groups and come on in here and learn from the real Israelites. Real nigga university. Right? But let's get Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. Oh, we got something on tonight. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. Okay, 3:12. Let's get it. Let me just make sure this one did. I don't think it is. This is the book of Isaiah. Matter of fact, let me just give a brief reason why I'm coming to this scripture, and then we're gonna break it down. And hopefully, I can get into who Christ died for. You know what I'm saying? But this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. Now, the reason why I came to this scripture is because it is absolutely true, right? Say I'm the parent, right? And I say, man, the kids we taking this from the kid. We taking that. We punishing the kid for their wrongdoings, or we punishing the kids for not listening, or we put, you know what I'm saying? Some within those parameters, right? They're gonna go to their mother on the low side, on behind the back. Mom, can I just get my phone back real? Can I just go outside real quick? Can I just get a juice or some chips? They're gonna try to get to one parent and say, can this punishment be up early? But if I even hear them be like, hell no, it's double time now. That's how dare you try to separate us. This is a us thing. This is not just a me thing, right? That's why I came to this scripture, right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, right? Children are their oppressors. What does it mean when it says children are their oppressors? It's a couple ways. It's a couple things. It's a couple reasons that it says this. Why does it say this? Children are their oppressors. Because sometimes, the mother don't want to show that tough love. Dang, you keep dropping off. Sometimes the mother want to say, but that's my son. Why can I do that to my son? You ever seen Menace to Society, when a grandfather was putting Cain out and the mother was just shaking her head? Because that's the final judgment that has to happen. I got to put you out. You're not listening. You becoming too big for your britches. You're robbing people. You smelling yourself. You having sex all across here. Oh yeah, you gotta go. And what happened? I ain't gonna say I could say that, right? The parents was Israelites, right? But as soon as Cain got put out, what happened a couple scenes later? He got unalived. That was the Lord's judgment on Cain. But I'm not saying obviously that's a movie, but that's what could happen to the children in real life. Once you leave this protection of this, what we got in here called the truth, the Lord is with the truth. The Lord is with the Isupk. As soon as you call yourself moving out and going on your own, and you heard the truth, you know what you're doing is not what you're supposed to be doing. You better keep your head on a swivel, because it's not no telling when, where, or how the Lord is going to put that judgment upon you for disobeying his law, statutes, and commandments. You knew. It's a difference between knowing and not knowing. You willingly went out and sinned against the Lord. How do you think the Lord feels about that? Wrathful. Just like if I said don't do this, man, and you willingly did it, huh? I'm supposed to feel some kind of way about this. Motherfucker did that, and I told him not to do it. Now it's something I got to do in punishments according to this. I only follow what the Bible. I'm only following what the Bible tells me to follow. I'm only doing what the Bible tells me to do. I literally told you not. That's how the Lord would. The Lord literally told us not to break his law, statutes, and commandments. We did that. And I said this in the class. We did that. And now we're suffering the punishment of it. That's the same way as a parent. That's the same thing as a parent. Parent tells you not to do this, not to do that. You do it anyway. It's some type of punishment got to happen. Because if not, what's going to happen? They're going to continue to do this, continue to break the law, continue to disobey the parent, and nothing's going to happen. That's why tough love is so important. The Bible is so important. When it says cut them off, you have to cut them off. And I hear you out there, sister, mother of children, but that's my children. I would do anything. Well, how come you feel that way, but the child don't feel like I should obey my parents? It doesn't equate. You feeling like that's my child, I can't abandon my child, I can't give up on my child, but the child don't feel like this my parent, I gotta listen to my parent. They feel like, man, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do in here. I'm a teenager. I'm getting older. I'm gonna do what I want to do. What's he gonna do? What they gonna do? Take my phone, take my computer. So I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna do whatever they said not do, and they ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's where the tough love comes in at, right? The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12 says, as for my people, children are their oppressors. You're being oppressed by a child. You're being oppressed. Listen to that. You're not being oppressed by your husband. You're not being oppressed by your wife. You're being oppressed by a child in your own home. What should you do because of that? There's got to be some consequences. It got to be some tough love, or it's just going to continue to happen worse, and worse. Let's keep reading. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. What does that mean? And women, like we always say, is a rank and order in everything. You got the Most High, Yahweh, man, woman, children. How are you getting oppressed by a child when you rule over these children? How? What you say go, and that's it. There's not no negotiations. This ain't a hostage situation. This is it called a dictatorship? I think it's yeah. What I say goes around here, and it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, or you can if and your butt on the other side of that door. That's how it has to happen. And if that don't make them learn the lesson, then maybe they need to go ahead and stay outside of that door. Right? Simple as that. That's the tough love. Oh, you want to be grown? Oh, you don't want to listen to my rules. You don't want to listen to my rules here. Well, you know where my rules ain't at? Outside of this door. You're not going to oppress me in here. This is where I pay the bills at. This is where you're really a liability in here. You're not doing nothing but eating the food that we pay for, using the toilet tissue that we pay for, and wearing the clothes that we buy. What are you contributing to this? But you want to be grown? You know where you could be grown at? Outside of this door. That's it. You ain't finna be no child that oppress me, right? And again, I hear you out there, ladies, but that's my child. Oh, they came out of my body. Oh. Okay, then. Well, you must want to be oppressed by a child. You must want to be ran over by a child. Because that's what's going to keep happening if the punishment's not adding up. Salaki, I might be taking too much time to keep this burning. But that's definitely what's gonna happen. And I think that's only something that's going on with these new millennium kids. Because I never would have thought to do any of the stuff I see some of the kids doing these days to my parents. I would have been on my own, and they would have been happy. Oh, I'm happy that you ain't oppressing me no more. That's how we gotta adopt some of the ways that our parents was raised under. You know, them 80s babies, them 70s babies, them 60 kids, the 60s, man, look. It's over. Oh man, look. You know why they came out with that you can't whoop your kid. It's illegal to whoop your kids, right? Because they want you to get ran over by your kid. They want you to be oppressed by your kid. Like when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? They had programs for a kid to go to, an unruly kid. You know what I'm saying? They had juvie. They had little places for an unruly kid to go. Even on the Maury show, they had D West. And D West would come out and yell at your kid and do all that. They had TV shows like Scared Straight. Nowadays, they don't have any of that. They want your kid to run over you and you can't do nothing about it. You call the police on your kid and they going to bring them right back to you. Well, we can't do nothing. What you mean we can't do nothing? I don't want them up in here. They're going to bring him right back to you where he is, your kid. That's why I called y'all. I thought y'all supposed to protect and serve. Y'all not doing none of that. And this is the last straw. Let's keep going. And that's another reason, man, why the Isupk is so important. Because if your kid not in here learning their place as a child, they're going to think they're grown. They're going to talk to you any kind of way. Easy. Because they don't see, they never were in a setting where they have to listen. They always they going to give you that back and forth. But in here, you got to sit your down right in that chair and listen what the righteous way to live is as a child. Children not finna oppress me. Right? Well, and one more thing before I move on. I'd be so marveled at the tone that these kids use, at the words that they use towards their parents. I'd be like, man, I would have got, my jaw would have been over there on the floor if I would have said any of this to my parents, to my mom, and let alone my parents. You know what I'm saying? Moms did the best she could, you know what I'm saying? And she had the fear. She had that fear factor. We feared her. You don't do this, so I'm going to knock your head off. Oh, there was the fear. I have to, you know, boys sometimes got to learn that in the hard way. Bob's got to knock us out of our head a couple times for us to learn. Oh, dang, Mom, I'm sorry. But if it's a two-parent household, then the young boy gonna catch on. Oh man, you know, we don't want no smoke. What do you say? Class on when? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? I'll be there. Sabbath service too, sir. Salakia. I'll be there. Right? Little boys catch on fast. It's sometimes the little girls that need a bit more tough love. Right? Let's move on. Is that it on that? I'll say, okay, and women rule over them. Oh, my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. What does that mean, man? They're going to, oh, are you making a righteous path for my younger sibling? Oh, I'm going to show my younger sibling who I should be an influence to, a good influence to. I'm going to show him that if you do this, man, they ain't going to do nothing to you, brother. Look what they doing to me, and I done crossed the line plenty of times. Bad influence. So they not only affecting themselves, they're affecting their younger siblings' path. The younger siblings see the righteous path. Okay, I can learn this and that with the UPK. I can do this, do that. But then he got the distraction to the one that's messing up and saying, She doing this. Let's see what they do. She did this. Let's see what they do. Or he did this. Let's see what they do. Seeing the repercussions is light. Oh man, you don't want the repercussions to be light. The repercussions for us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians were not light. Why would they be light for you towards your children? I don't want to hear because I love my children. The Lord loves us. Sometimes the crime, if you commit a crime, it has to be a harsh punishment. Why does it have to be a harsh punishment? So you will never think to do that again. That's where the tough love comes in at. Right? So all those kids need today, a little bit of tough love. Let me get at least a couple scriptures in who the Lord, who the Lord came for. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Let's get the book of Matt. No, let's get Jeremiah 31:31. Jeremiah 31:31. Let's get that. You know what I'm saying? We moving on. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all heard with your ears in your mind. You know how when the Lord says, if any man have an ear, let him hear me. All men have ear unless they got their ears blew off in some kind of war. I'm talking about your spiritual ear, your mind, man. You better hear that. Matt, what? Oh, I said Jeremiah 31:31. Jeremiah 31:31. Sure. Don't forget, man, if Midwest Fire Weekend, y'all. Come on now. It's going down. I heard more camps coming than ever before. I'm about to see some niggas who was in Hebrew Academy. You know what I'm saying? Turn up time, man. This is where true brotherhood, sisterhood is shown, man. And 100% guaranteed it's not going to be any confrontations. You're not going to see nobody fighting. You're not going to see no shootings happen, at least with where we go. You're not going to see that because the Lord is with us and the Lord knows that we're not on that. You know, we walk in self-defense, man. That's it. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31. Oh, Salaki, hold on. Jeremiah. What's going on? I see Nehemiah. Mm-hmm. Well, give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. Jeremiah 31:31. Let's see who Christ died for, man. 31 and 31. No, what time is? It's real late. I'm getting just now. Finna read a couple scriptures at the top. So the reason why I chose to show who Christ came for and who Christ died for is because the Christian church, the Baptist church, the Catholic church, all the evangelist church, you know, you got those out there, right? It's because they often say, we all God's children. All of us, every person on earth. No. Please show me some heathen nations that God said that's his people. Show me an Asian that the Lord said that's my people. Show me an Ethiopian. It deliberately say, what was you saying, Officer Fox? Like, not the Negroes. It deliberately say that when it describes Ethiopians and Africans. It says not the Negroes. Who are the Negroes? This is the tribe of Judah. It specifically describes them as African or Ethiopian. Then it says not the Negroes. So let's just see who the Lord talks to throughout the Bible. Let's just see. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. Wow. With everybody? With the house of Israel. It doesn't say I will make a new covenant with all people on earth. No, it says I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. What does that tell you? That the Lord is not coming to save everybody, man. Y'all better get out of that Christian church. They telling you lies. You know why they telling you lies? Because you're comfortable with a beautiful lie. But you're uncomfortable with the ugly truth. And that's what the Isupk brings, the ugly truth. And I'd rather be on the side of the ugly truth than a beautiful lie. Don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. Right? Don't lie to me. Show me the truth. Because if you lying to me, then what's that gonna make me do? Just go tell the same lie to somebody else. And go tell that lie to somebody else. They're gonna tell that lie to someone. No. If you tell me the truth, guess what I'm gonna do? Tell somebody else the truth. You know, the Lord only coming back for Israel. Oh, there's plenty of scripture to say that. What I'm gonna tell people, the truth. Right? I'm not comfortable with a beautiful lie. But I'm comfortable with the ugly truth. Why? Because in the world, I was a feather ruffler. And how did I ruffle feathers? With the truth. You know what I'm saying? You can ask my rib. Before me and my rib got together, we used to work, we used to slave together. I brought the Bible in there a couple times, and I was just right before I came into the truth. I brought the Bible into the slave. Just to ruffle feathers, right? I didn't have no purpose. I just came in there to ruffle feathers. I think the day before I was saying something like, Jesus is black or something like that, or the woman shall keep silence in the church, or the woman shall obey, something like that. And then I was like, it actually says that in the Bible. And it was like, no, it doesn't say that. So you know what I did? I brought the Bible. I said, well, what does it say right here? And everybody was mad at me like I made it up. I don't make things up when it comes to this Bible. That's throughout Isupk. We don't make things up when it comes to this Bible. We say exactly what this Bible say, and that's the truth about it. If we was to make this up, it'll be a totally different book. It'll be a totally different book. And half of you so-called white people would be off of the earth. That's if we made it up. But you know how long this Bible been here, and people still getting mad on what it says, or people still twisting what it says. Especially you pastors out there, twisting what it says, or not reading the whole thing of what it says. That's right. I thought y'all were, what's the word they use? Men of the cloth. Thought y'all were men of the cloth. No, what y'all really is men of money. You know what I'm saying? Men of wallet searching, pocket checking, purse tapping. That's what y'all really is. You know what I'm saying? Feeling caressers. feeling what's that word? They bend to the feelings. You know, because most of the time you wondering, you sitting in church You wondering, man, how the pastor know this about my life? He's talking to me. That's because your grandma been talking to him. You've been talking to your grandma. Your grandma been relaying a message to pastor. Now the pastor got some scripture to bring out that seem like it's exactly pointed to you. You be like, how's this going on? That's because your grandma ran her mouth to the pastor. Now you know all about your life. You didn't say nothing about that to the pastor, but you feel like he's talking to me. Let me put $50 in the plate because I really felt that. Then you leave church and go smoke some weed. You didn't learn anything. Because what happened when you smoke weed, you forget. Come on, man. What happened when, and then you got some niggas that act smart when they smoke weed. Man, come on, man. You high right now. You're not going to remember this tomorrow. Right? Slack. What does it say? Where was I at? Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. That's not the whole world. And with the house of Judah. That's definitely not any either heathen nation or any nation that's outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. He made a new covenant with the house of Israel. What does that mean, man? The 12 tribes of Israel. So this is a verse you can bring to your pastor. What does it mean when it says this? I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. Yeah, he gonna have a hard time with that. With that, God so loved the world, right? Cat was just breaking it down. That was a private conversation that was being had between two black men. And when it says John 3:16, you have to figure out what that word world means. That's not the whole world. Why would he say that? Why would he say that's not the whole world? Because how many worlds is it? And I'm not talking the spooky stuff, right? It's planet uranium. They got vibranium. I'm not talking about that. The Marvel world and the universes and the parallel. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, well, what world was he talking about when he said God so loved the world? That's the key. That's what you have to figure out. Because if he was talking about the whole earth, it would have said God so loved the planet. God so loved the earth. But when it says God so loved the world, figure out what world it's talking to. Don't just assume it's the whole world. Because you got the rap world, you got the sports world, you got the work world, you got third world countries, you got the world of cooking, the cooking world. You just got to figure out, man. And I probably went on a side note with that, but let's move on, though. Verse 32. Wait, let me just read it one more time. This is the book of Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt. He's going to make a new covenant with us, not like the ones he made with our father. Because obviously they didn't keep that one. That's why we in the slavery that we in, right? But he going to make a new covenant with us, right? Which my covenant they break. I just said that. They broke the covenant that he made with the fathers of old. That's why I got to be a new covenant established with us. Because, our fathers broke them. And that's why the punishment is happening to us to this day. Right? Which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. What's the role of a husband? Go ahead, Salakia, sir.
Salakia is to oversee everything.
Exactly. But this covenant, I pray that we we're gonna have some knuckleheads that we're gonna have to cut them off. This covenant, I don't want to go back into slavery. So I'm gonna do any and everything I can to not break the covenant. That's how y'all gotta be out there. That's how we all should be. That's how the UPK teaches us to be. You understand? And with that, pass the class over. Oh, Salakia. And with that, Midwest Fire Weekend coming up, y'all. Get ready. It's going down in Chicago, man. I know y'all seen that video right before class. It's going down. Last year it was in Detroit. The year before that it was in Chicago. Best believe we getting a bigger park than what we was in last couple years. Because more camps is coming out. I suggest y'all be a part of it. You're gonna and for y'all who out there, man, I ain't got no money. I'm gonna pay for food. The food is free. The activities is free. All you need to be is a body that's present. Everything is free for you. You may even be able to join us out when we hit the nightlife. I don't know about that, but yeah, Midwest Fire Weekend, man. Be there or be in a different group. With that, this is the highest UPK coming out. 1 West 124th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated at all with any Israelite group, period, man. I am Officer of 500 Kananya. Shalom, Israel.